Guys, Kevin here from UC Clearly again. Before we dive deeper into the training series, looking at all the nuts and bolts features of Cloudbridge, I wanted to just give you a bit of an appreciation for how capable this platform is. As you look at it, you might think out of the gate, well, it's a PowerShell execution engine in the cloud, and that it is. But I want to draw your attention to starting off with sort of the very most simple case. Here's a script that just goes out and gets processes, right? Not something you're going to use, but I can run this, and it runs in the cloud in secure containers. It's all the resources are in the cloud, and you can see the progress of the script running here. It generates its data, it comes back, and you get this nice grid view of data with a timeline. All the changes that are happening in your environment are detected and highlighted here, so I can see new things created, things that have changed, things that have been deleted. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Very, very basic. From there, we go into some more complex things. Again, fairly simple, but this is going out. These are utility functions that are going out, a script that goes out and checks to see whether or not your mail address has been pawned out there. And as we get deeper, we can look at things like digital certificate checks in your environment. We can look at DNS changes. Again, it's just PowerShell, right? Any PowerShell you dream up or you find on the web, you can plug in here and you can run it. But that's just the beginning. I mean, you could do these things in ISE and you could look at it in grid view. Where Cloudbridge really starts to get great, in addition to being able to organize all this data, put it in a tree, run it securely in the cloud, run it against multiple tenants with multiple different connect IDs. The real power of this is when you start to assemble all of this into real solutions. That's when you start to get into real automation, when you start to be able to see the real power of Cloudbridge. So here I've got full hybrid management of users groups within your organization. So I can look at my users and I can see whether those users are on-prem or in the cloud. I can see here an indication there's a user that's only in the cloud. These are all on-prem. And the cool thing about this is that while it's just PowerShell that generated this, some of this PowerShell is running on-prem and some of it's running in the cloud. We get connectors that allow this to run on-prem, and you can do that in multiple sites. So if you're an MSP or CSP, you can have this running in all your customer sites and manage it all through a single interface. You can also do things like multi-select, right-click, and perform actions on all of these rows of data. And these actions, they're just PowerShell as well. So I can take the output data and I can bind other scripts that accept these parameters as inputs. And as an example, if I wanted to take all of these users and deprovision them all in one shot, I'm following Microsoft best practice. Look at all the steps that are happening in here. I can apply litigation holds, convert it to a shared mailbox. I can assign delegate access to OneDrive, and then I can choose who I want to assign the delegate access to. This is all feeding from Cloudbridge data that has been pulled by other scripts. So you can really, it's kind of that Lego kit of scripts that you can plug together and you can create real automation. Imagine now 14 users will be deprovisioned using this process with all the options that I set. And behind the scenes, it's auditing it all. It's creating full records for you to be able to see the status of each of those users and all the steps that it went through and whether they were successful or any exceptions. Really sophisticated stuff. You've got the timeline, so I can go back and see where actions were performed. I can drill into those results and see, okay, somebody performed an action on that date. What did they do? There were changes detected in the data on this date. What were those changes? All of that is built into the services that Cloudbridge provides. So it's really a very, very capable platform. We have users that are taking this and they're using it further with REST endpoints that we expose to integrate things with Teams bots and with Microsoft Forms. We have people using it to take these events and generate ServiceNow tickets automatically when something happens. You can have ServiceNow call into Cloudbridge and have it perform operations within Cloudbridge. Incredible playground for you to create, and we create these hybrid or these solutions rather in the library to get you going, so that you can tweak and customize and play with this to really truly get full automation, both cloud and on-prem. Anything that can be accessed by a REST endpoint or by PowerShell is a perfect candidate to be managed using Cloudbridge. So there's lots to explore in here, guys. Encourage you to go through the training series, see how all these features work. I think that once you start taking your ingenuity and our platform and putting them together and exposing that to your users, but through simple provisioned access in these tiles, you'll have people loving this. You'll have your help desk signing on, performing operations. It's safe. The credentials are not being exposed. You can do it hybrid. You can do it against multiple tenants. It's really an awesome platform to innovate and automate on. So I hope you enjoy the training series. I look forward to seeing the great things that you're going to create with Cloudbridge.